Hello! It's been a while since our last video, and today it is time to learn the Bachata hip movement. So, let's get started. First, we are going to learn the settling action. The settling action is what will help us move the hips side to side. If we bend both knees and we just swing the hips from one side to the other, but maintaining still the upper part, so we don't move the upper part, we are going to get a swinging motion into our hips. But the settling action is what will help us to engage the hips even more and in a more natural way throughout our basic steps in bachata. So, how does it work? We are going to spread the feet apart, and from here we are going to put our weight onto one foot. So all the weight is to one foot, and we align our body onto that particular foot, and we try to maintain a straight posture. From here, try to feel your body weight onto the muscles of your right foot. So visualize how your weight is being held, sustained by your muscles. So try to engage the muscles, tighten them a little, and imagine that now you're getting tired and you release the weight from the muscle to the bone structure. If you release it, this is called the settling action, and as you can see, the hip will move to the side. Okay? So weight onto the muscle, sustained, now release it. As I release and the hip goes to the side, I try to keep the upper part still, so don't do that. Okay? Now, shift to the other. Let's do the same thing. Loosen feet, put your weight, keep this straight, align your body, make sure that you have the weight only on one foot, and now release from the muscle to the bone as if you're getting tired. So try to settle into that foot. This is why it is called the settling action. So this is what makes this part of the hip go out and up. Now, we want to do the second exercise. Bend the knees a little. And now, look at your hip line and see that it is parallel to the floor. Now, if you bend one knee more than the other, you are going to see the hip moving side to side, up and down, up and down. But this is a consequence of bending one knee. So if I bend this knee, this part of the hip is going to go down. If I bend the other knee, the other part will go down. Let's do this again. So straighten the legs, try to bend just one knee. Now this part is going down, but the other is looking as if it is going up, but it is actually not going up. Now remember the settling action, which makes this go a little outside and up. We are going to try to combine those two. So in the same time that I'm bending one knee, I'm trying to feel my weight pushing against a straightened leg. So this part of the hip is going to go up, and the other is going to go down by bending. So we have two actions. We have settling on this part and bending on the other. Then we change. Settling here and bending here. So as a quick recap, settling will make this one go outside and up. Bending will make the other one go down. Now, as we do our basic step, we try to combine as following. I'm going to start with my left foot, and I'm going to put it down by bending it. So one is bent, the other is straightened. This way the hip level is changing. So one more time, I have 1, 2 is neutral, 3, 4 is neutral. Let's go the other way. 5, 6, 7, and 8. So down this part, neutral, down again, neutral. To the other side, this side down, neutral, this side down, neutral. Now this is the first level. The second is a little bit more complicated because we add one more change in our hip level. So we have this one down, and as we close, the other one is down. And then the other one again, and neutral. To the other side, the same thing. This side down, the other side down, this side again, then neutral. On the neutral part, we can go with the hip up and down instead of just staying neutral. So let's see how that works. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, up. So as you can see, on each step we change the level. Now it is not mandatory that on each step you have one straightened leg and one bent leg, but this is the easiest way to get it. Instead, what you should focus on is having one knee bent more than the other, because if I bend both of them the same, now the hip is going to stay level. If I bend them both, but one of them is going to bend more, then I'm going to change the level of the hips. So for you to get it easier, try to keep one foot straightened and the other bent. Then you will be able to do the same thing by keeping both of them a little bent. So let's try to see how that looks. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. As you can see, both of them are a little bent, but this comes after I actually practice with one straightened and the other bent.
The Bachata Mastery full course is on track to be launched soon, and it contains fully detailed classes ranging from beginners all the way up to advanced levels. Now let's get back to our video.
The second part, the next level of our hip motion in bachata, is the figure 8. Now let's see how the figure 8 goes. First, I'm going to start twisting left and right my hip, trying to maintain the shoulder line steady. So try to do this as much as possible. Once you twist it first time, try to go a little more, and then to the other direction a little more, and focus on both sides, the one that is going forward and the one that is going backwards. After you master rotating the hip left and right, we are going to add one more motion. So first, I'm rotating the hip, then I'm identifying which side of the hip is forward, and then without moving the hip left or right, so I'm keeping it this way, I'm going into that direction, into the diagonal towards the side that is forward. So just shift the weight forward. So one more time, I'm going to demonstrate here to be easier. So first we turn, then we move to the side. But after we turn, when we move to the side, we don't lose that angle. So if we do this way, we are going to have this motion, then side. Or from here, this is the twisting motion, then we are going to go into this diagonal here. Okay? Now when we shift, we try to shift not our whole body, but just the hip. So we go twist, shift the weight, then touch this part of your hip and try to draw a circle to the back. Now this one is in front. Change the weight again, draw a circle to the back. Now change the weight, draw another circle. As you change the weight, keep it in the same direction. Once you shift the weight, then you do a circle. Now each circle should be outside of the body, so try to exaggerate it a little outside. So the circle is not underneath me, but outside. So not underneath my body, but outside of my body. Now try to maintain this part still and do just the figure 8. Okay? Now what we are going to do is try to merge the side-to-side action with the figure 8 on our basic step. When I take the first step, remember that the corresponding part of the hip was going down. In the same time, I'm pushing that part down and forward. So this will not only go down, but forward in the same time. So down, forward. Now when this goes up, it goes up and back, and the other goes down and forward. Now this one goes up and back, this down and forward. So we have the figure 8, which is in 3 dimensions. So I have the changing of the hip level in the same time as I do a circle. So let me do it once, only changing the level of my hips and then adding the figure 8. So only changing the level, I have 1, 2, 3, up. 1, 2, 3, up. Now, with the figure 8, I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So remember how you merge the two. We have down and up, down and up. The one that goes down also goes in front, and the one that is staying up also goes to the back. So you can either focus on the one that is going down, down and forward, or on the one that is going up and backwards, up and backwards, up and backwards, up and backwards. But ideally, you should be focusing on both, because if you just focus on one, it will look like you're focusing on one, just on this part or just on the other part. It is important to do it separately at the beginning, but try to do them in the same time afterwards. Now, it takes quite a lot of practice for you to get it right, because you need to be able to do this during your dancing. So you cannot just do the basic step and focus on the hip. It has to come natural, and this comes by practicing and practicing the right way. Because when you dance, if you practice more without any kind of hip action and just 10% focusing on the hip action, your body is going to learn the easiest way. But if 90% of the time you try to engage the hips, it will come natural in a few months' time. This movement is very important because when we dance together, each side is going to mirror me and my partner. So when I'm going with this side forward, she's going to go with the corresponding, with the mirroring part in the same time. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you take a look at our hands, at our connection, you will see that it is not moving. It is staying still. It is actually the body coming towards the hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why is this important? It is especially important for the lady styling, because when we do this movement, the movement of the hands is more an illusion, because it is not actually moving the hands, rather than going with the body towards the hand. So when you twist and move your hips, it will come closer or further away from the hands, and it will give the illusion that you are moving the hands. Now you can engage the hands a little, but this is a different story, because we are not actually engaging the hands to help maximize this effect. we are engaging from the shoulder, but this is going to be a separate YouTube video, so make sure that you subscribe and check the notifications if you want to be notified when this video is going to come, because first is going to be the hip motion in the video today. Why? Because it is directly related to your stepping, and the second will be the moving from the torso and from the shoulder, which is actually contributing to the moving of the hands. So what you actually move when you see this, it's actually the body, then a little the shoulders in a separate video, and it will look like we're doing this, but we're not. Okay, so if you see anybody do this, it means that they do not understand how to move throughout the whole body, and they're just trying to mimic a styling. Okay, so one more time, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If we are in close position, it will help us even more to connect on our basic step. So instead of just looking like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, it will look like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or even in the shadow position: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is flat. It is just stepping. Dancing means moving more than just the tip of your feet, the tippy toes, okay? Moving throughout the whole body. So, what we've shown you so far is just one variation of the many possibilities that you have for your hip motion. If you want to find out even more variations, we invite you on our free Facebook group, where we post more content than we do on YouTube, because YouTube likes shorter videos, so we are trying to keep it as short as possible. So make sure that you follow the link on the screen, join for free, and enjoy some more content relating the hip action, and also some new figures that we try to explain with details like technique, styling, accents, and much more. See you on our Facebook group.